Hi everyone, I am the Kilted Cajun. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Marvel Stage 4, She-Hulk Episode 6 review. And nothing happened. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. The show even tells you nothing's going to happen. And oh god, I don't know if I don't know if predictable is really the right word for it, but this was they had an opportunity for a couple of cool things, but no, I'm sorry to say. Let's get right into it. Nothing happens in this episode. Charlie Cox does not show up. Daredevil does not show up. The little helmet at the end of the last episode, nah, that's a little teaser to get people coming back for more and more and more. Oh, look, is it this episode? Is it this one? No, it's not. No, just wait for people to talk about it. Wait for the reviews. If all you're doing is waiting for Daredevil to show up, just wait for someone to talk about it. Please. Like, really. Just wait for someone to talk about it. So, as usual, the episode starts off with a recap of a streaming series that because we have to remind you what happened before because you've already forgotten by now because the show is so goddamn boring. Jennifer is in her apartment and gets a glitter bomb invitation to a wedding because comedy, laugh, it's a glitter bomb, yay, funny, haha. And for some reason, oh, we're going on a trip. She's going to be a bridesmaid in a friend's wedding who she hasn't seen in years that they went to school together. And this, like, who does, like, women, do you do these things? Do you invite someone that you haven't talked to in 10 years to be your bridesmaids? Like, you don't have, anyway. Why the hell why? Shulky? Did she call? Was it? Oh God, man, Nikki. I have to find the name. Right, Nikki. I want to remember her name. She's the only barely interesting character. Yeah, Nikki Ramos. Did she call Jennifer Shulky? What the hell is this? Here's the best part in the whole show. Jennifer decides to do a fourth wall break to explain that absolutely nothing happens in the show. It's nothing but meaningless filler. That's comedy. That's funny. It's a wedding episode abruptly in the middle of the season that is pointless and meaningless. And naturally, because it says this, you know something's going to happen, right? Right? Huh? Follow along, everybody. For one moment, for one moment, shows up at this. When She-Hulk shows up at the for the wedding on a Thursday, shows up on a Wednesday or whatever, for a brief moment, the CGI of She-Hulk walking down the sidewalk towards the people actually looks decent. I wasn't sure why at first, but I figured it out. It's because no one else was in the scene. She was moving nice and slow, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, maybe they did something. Now, the landscaping looked fake as fuck. I can't even believe it. I'm not even kidding. Uh, it looked fake. I checked it twice. It looks fake. And my judgment on the She-Hulk CGI went absolutely south the moment someone else got into the scene with her and she started moving faster than slow motion, which, regular speed. Back to the trash. This the CGI has not gotten better from the trailer, from the original trailer that everyone commented on, everyone talked about it. The CGI was garbage. It still is. It is still absolute garbage. So She-Hulk, as She-Hulk, shows up at the wedding, and the bride doesn't want Jennifer to be She-Hulk because you're taking everything away. So you're taking the spotlight away from me. This is my day, boo-hoo. This is my day. Fine, understandable, of course, because it's She-Hulk. She's supposed to be 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall, whatever. I don't think the CGI people can make up their minds just how tall She-Hulk is because she changes on every other scene. No consistency still. So Jennifer turns back into Jennifer, or She Hulk turns back into Jennifer Walters. And I could have sworn she went and got outfits made that would conform to her changing from She Hulk to Jennifer, but I guess he only made the super suit, which you don't get to see, and the business suits, which you don't get to see from the last episode. They are not showing it. The regular evening gown or dress or whatever, no, No, too much. Too bad. So she didn't bring any extra clothes. Jennifer didn't bring any extra clothes. Was she going to be She Hulk the entire time? The possibility of just not being Jennifer at all the entire 2 days, 3 days, weekend, whatever. She just does not have. Now, why is that? Because that's the comedy writers in this show. That's what they think is funny. Why aren't you laughing? Laugh, laugh, ha ha, ha ha! Everybody, come on, just laugh. This is so embarrassing. Jennifer Walters. Jennifer looks like a 7-year-old who went digging in grandma's closet and wants to go put on a fashion show. That's what she looks like when she's Jennifer Walters in this episode. Whether it's the bridesmaid dress, or if it's the outfit that she brought was when she was wearing it She Hulk. You saw the outfit in the trailers. It's it's just so bad. While all that's happening, there's law office stuff going on with a Mr. Immortal, a guy who calls himself Mr. Immortal, who apparently can't die. To the point, Mr. Immortal has gotten married over and over and over again, and each time he wanted to get out of the marriage, he kills himself. He fakes his own death, and somehow he's able to do that 8 times before he gets discovered. And the funny part is, this attorney's office, who is hired to do a job, instead of being professional, because this is comedy. This is comedy, folks. Instead of having any sort of professional stand with this man, fa- starts to insult him because we can't go a single episode without hating men. We can't. It's a trend. This is feminist comedy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. This is feminist comedy. Insult men, degrade men. Oh, he doesn't want to deal with confrontation so much that he just jumps out the window. Like he wants to get a. That's oh god. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna finish this. Moving on. We get back to the wedding, the reception, or whatever. Poor Jennifer. She's not dating. So sad. Until Tatiana walks in. Tatiana Maslany. That's the actress. Titania is the absolute failure of supposed to be a villain for She-Hulk that apparently they ruined. I don't want to. I don't want to find out that they ruined Titania. I don't want to go read the comics because I'll just be more angry. Titania shows up because, hey, remember in the beginning when we said this was just a filler episode and nothing was going to happen? Nothing, nothing, nothing? Well, of course something's going to happen because they said something. So Titania shows up. All this blah blah whatever happens. They had the opportunity. Naturally, after the wedding, Jennifer gets drunk, piss ass drunk, and tries to turn into. I'm gonna jump around. I don't care. This episode was garbage. After the wedding, at the reception, Jennifer decides that she's just going to get drunk, 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 and of course, since she's not She-Hulk, she has to throw up. And it's at that point Titania makes her move, walks up behind her, and sucker punches Jennifer. And of course, that doesn't make her change into She-Hulk. Like, hold on, okay. Titania goes on this little speech and says, I told you I wasn't finished with you, and wants her to turn into She Hulk to do the fight and all this other stuff. And of course, Jennifer, she's too drunk. She forgot how to turn into She Hulk, which, what? Okay. If you say so, writers, show, if you say so, Disney, I think that's moronic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did that actually happen? Can that actually happen in the comic books? I mean, it's not like we have a metric fuck ton of source material to go through. Anyway, she turns into She-Hulk, punches. A brief little fight happens. This could have been this. This was their opportunity to make an interesting tactical fight back and forth between She-Hulk and Titania. And how do they end it? With fucking slapstick slipping on an ice and breaking Titania's veneers. That's how they did the fight. My God, comedy. Um, these comedy writers are 8 years old. I don't know what's going on. They They keep jumping from the divorce proceedings to the wedding, back to the divorce, back to the wedding, and trying to make a settlement with these 8 people. One of them's a guy, of course, because, I guess if you're living for hundreds of years, your taste may change. Who cares? It's sure, why not? Your tastes are going to change. But anyway, they tried to make an even settlement, split all these ways, and then all of a sudden, one of them comes up. I was with him for 8 years. You were with him for 3 years. Why does she get the same amount as me? So they start bickering and bickering and bickering because, hey, women be bitches. They bicker. This is bad writing. Back to the wedding fight, back to the divorce proceedings, and of course, Nikki, who is a genius. So this is going to set up some other kind of story about, I don't know, maybe she's going to go over, maybe she's not going to be Jennifer's something. Wow, I forgot. Paralegal. I doubt it. I don't think they're that smart. But that's all the show does. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. They tried to set up something interesting with this website, Intelligentsia, which is nothing but people trolling, wanting to kill. Why doesn't She Hulk die? Cancel She Hulk. Ooh, this. Someone take her out already. Why can't we just kill her and move on? And it's like, it's taking, it almost makes you feel like it's taking actual trolls and criticism from the internet. But this was written before all the criticism came out, right? So it's almost like they knew it was coming, or they just made it up on the fly. Or maybe they just based it on how people despised Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. Not even, no, Brie Larson was a bad actress. I didn't watch the movie. I don't care. But yeah, that's how the divorce dumb fuckery. I have skipped over things and back and forth. They had a chance to make a good fight, but ended it with slapstick. The episode ends with the reveal of the Intelligentsia website, which is it's low effort. It's absolutely low effort. They could have done something better. But we enter the scary lab where some, I guess, grunt on the internet. Is it time to move to the next phase of taking care of She Hulk? And they don't show any faces. It's just, ooh, look, scary lab. We're moving from over here to over there. And it shows them putting a needle. Why did they only use one needle? They have 3 tubes, but only one of them gets a needle. Why does that make sense? It doesn't. All 3 of them should have the needle because you're going to try to use all 3. What are you going to do? Try one needle and switch it from one tube to another? It's an attempt to try and get She-Hulk's blood. So the previous one, they had to show you the previous bent one to make sure you understood. Hey guys, that's what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. Remember that before, huh? Don't forget, we're going to have to remind you next episode as well because you're going to forget by then because God, the show is boring. I'm trying to find the comedy. I'm trying to find the humor. I think I find that I'm able to see and understand humor that is not my brand of humor. Things that other people find humorous. I couldn't stand uh, Step Brothers. I understood why people thought it was funny. It was just not my type of comedy. And at the same time, the Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Call of the Wild were absolutely hilarious to me. This is not funny. She Hulk is not funny. It just isn't. But yeah, we end with the canister, the small little box with 3 tubes, but only one of them gets the needle because intrigue, mystery. It doesn't make sense. There's no logic in it. But this is supposed to be a comedy, but it's not funny. Well, it's not for me. Well, who is this for? Who finds this funny? Please let me know in the comments. Do you think this is funny? Do you think I'm full of shit? Do I have my head? Well, never mind. That's it. I can't. I'm going to finish this season. I want to see what they do with Daredevil. They keep teased. They have teased him once, and you didn't get to see him in the episode. So Tell me what you think. Shitpost in the comments. Leave a like if you like what I have to say. Leave a dislike if you can't stand what I'm doing. Share this with your friends. Insult me in the comments. And I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one.